Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to be talking about a point-and-click survival horror game developed by Trio Scaz and published by Critical Reflex in 2025 called No I'm Not Human. It takes place in a world where the sun's temperature keeps rising by the day, making it unsafe for humans to travel out during the daytime, and these monsters, which are very similar to the intruders from the Mandela Catalog, if you've ever seen that, which if you're watching this you probably know about the Mandela Catalog, but these creatures resemble humans, and all we know about them is that they pose a great danger to you. We don't know anything about their intentions or their goals or why they do what they do. All we know is you have to try and discern them from humans when letting them into your house. Now, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video, and just warning you, there are spoilers ahead. The game opens with your neighbor talking to you while showing several clips from the world this takes place in. Gives a brief explanation for the sun's temperature rising, affecting day-to-day life by saying it was too hot to go to the beach with his daughter, so they left early and went home. It also does a good job setting the tone and atmosphere for the game by showing two clips of what we can assume to be visitors, one with it standing in a closet and a cat running past its feet, the other is a shadowy figure running past a set of windows. Now let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is very simple, with every night you will have around 3 people coming to your door, and you have to decide whether or not you want to let them in. The first night, your neighbor will come by, he'll talk to you, he'll explain everything that's going on with the sun and the visitors, and then he will tell you to let people into your house, as being alone is not a viable option. He will also be in your kitchen in the morning and give you beer, which, if you still have energy during the daytime, if you want to go to sleep, you have to drink a beer to reset your energy. Also, if a visitor gets into your house, you gotta take care of it. As you let people in during the daytime, you will have to inspect them to see if they are visitors. As the days go on, you will get more things to spot to see if they are visitors, but if you suspect them of being a visitor, you have the option to shoot them, as you were just shown. But if they are not a visitor, the body will be left on the floor in garbage bags, showing you that you killed a person, which, not good. You don't want to do that. And you can't have just one person that you know to be a human stay in your house the entire time you're playing the game, as soldiers related to this organization called FEMA will come by every few days, and they will take 1 or 2 people from your house, saying that they need to inspect them to see if they're a visitor. And those people never come back. This next part I'm going to talk about I think does a great job at world building, and that's the news station, as every night when you fall asleep, the news will play telling you more information about the world, or things to look out for in visitors. As the days go on, the news will get more and more grim, talking about wildfires, looting, murders, and the constant threat of the visitors, as they will also, day by day, as they get information from FEMA, which is the soldier scientist organization that takes your people from your house, they tell you news and things to look out for in visitors as the days go on. Your next source of information in the game is the radio, which, unlike the news, which just gives it to you at the end of every night, this you get a little mini game to unscramble the radio. It's not too hard, but it is something that adds a little bit of spice into the gameplay instead of just the basic, oh, you can come in, oh, you can't. It's just a little something on top of it, and on the first day, you get some information off of the radio describing the main antagonist of the game. Do not leave the house until dark. No. That guy haunts the streets at night. The pale one. He's not human. It'll also give you information such as a phone number that you can dial at the front of the house that can supposedly tell if you're a visitor or not. Now to talk about the visitors, which are one of the creepiest entities I've ever seen in a video game. Again, like I said earlier, they're very much like the intruders from the Mandela catalog that mimic humans except for slight imperfections or over perfections, if that makes sense. It's very Uncanny Valley, and it doesn't help that most of the characters in this game don't look very human, and it throws you off and makes you uneasy even when it's known to be a human. Signs that somebody is a visitor will be perfectly white teeth, bloodshot eyes, dirty fingernails, hairless armpits or fungus in the armpits. When you take a photo of them, the photo is blurred, bleeding gums, and insects or green goo in the person's ear. And while some characters are said to always be human, or some characters are said to always be visitors, there's a lot of characters in the game that are set to random, so you can't just watch a YouTube video like this and figure out which ones to let in and which ones not to. It really helps with the gameplay and keeps it fresh so that every playthrough that you do of it, you still don't know who to trust. By far the creepiest character in the game and the main antagonist of the game, the intruder, will show up at your house around the third night, I believe, if I'm remembering right. I don't know, I've been up too long. Anyways, he has the creepiest character design in the game, in my opinion. He's very tall, lanky, very pale, and all he is wearing is black pants. He has short black hair, and when you talk to him, he gets a very creepy, distorted smile when he asks you if you're alone. It's very clear this character takes pleasure in causing you fear and pain, and on the other side of the door, he will taunt you while talking to you. He will also ask you if you're alone, which I did say already, but if you answer yes or you are alone, he will come in the house and it'll result in a game over. Talking to the bearded guy that'll show up at your house some days and is said to random as a visitor or human, you find out that the intruder was once a human who went to the bearded guy's house seeking shelter, only to be denied it after freaking out the bearded guy. A couple days later, the bearded guy went back to his house, only to find his rifle missing, just to look outside and see the intruder, as he describes him, pale as death and naked as a babe, and he is holding the rifle, and he snaps it over his knee. The intruder, while doing this, is also taller than he was before, and his skin is sagging off of him, very much showing that he is by far the strongest visitor there is, at least the strongest one that we know of. Now let's talk about the endings. There are 10 different endings in the game. The Child of Doom, The End, No, I'm Not Alone, May Death Cleanse Us of Our Sins, Welcome to FEMA, Yes, I'm Alone, Yes, I'm a Murderer, Shroomer Doom, Embrace the Inevitable, and Wrath of the Vigilant. I'm only going to talk about the one ending because I've only played through the game once and it's the only ending I've got. So the ending that I got was 7, Yes, I'm a Murderer, which will happen if you kill too many human people in your house. If you do this, the guy known as Egghead Guy will show up at your door and announce your inevitable fate before a cutscene will be triggered, and I will leave you with the cutscene. I believe this cutscene is showing us how our fear and our paranoia has led to our downfall, leaving us to a fate worse than death from all the people that we killed, leaving us to the consequences of our actions. Now, that's all I have to talk about. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. For a first video, could have done better, but there's always next time. If you guys want me to do a full deep dive into the game, like figuring out lore and whatever, let me know. Or let me know if there's anything else you want me to discuss. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Hope you have a good one, and goodbye.